What is going on, people? This is the Violent Casket, home to the lamest taste. You check me out on Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok, all one word, the Violent Casket, where you can subscribe, like, and comment. Hit the bell for much, much more. We're doing a casket review on a very well-renowned, currently award-winning movie that came out last year in 2024. This is a real pain. This movie premiered November 1st, 2024 to the global audience and has since, in the past months of, I believe, January, February, March, has taken away so many awards from this award season. It was actually crazy. With this being said, I was like, you know what? I put off seeing it in theaters. I put off seeing it. It's on streaming services. Let's check it out. And I couldn't wait. And let me tell you, I wasn't even close to being disappointed. I was blown away. I had no clue that this movie would be I had high expectations, but it got super passed. This is truly a great movie. An R rating and a runtime of 1 hour and 30 minutes means this is the perfect movie to sit down with your significant other, your parents. It's an R rating because of the dark tones of the content, but not that there's anything inappropriate. The way they handle certain themes here, things are very heavy, very serious, but also layered and balanced with a sense of humor that keeps this movie fresh and enjoyable throughout the entire run. Kieran Culkin reestablishes himself in this movie as something of a player. And I can't wait to see what he takes on next and the next few roles he does, because he set the bar for himself so high with a gritty, dark, humorous, realistic, relatable, and depressing presence in this movie that I truly was like, wow, like this is top tier acting. And clearly everyone agreed, since he swept the board with the winning supporting actor. Jesse Eisenberg, while being the lead actor in this, he did a great job, and he was the backbone of this movie. But I feel like what should be focused on more importantly is the fact that he wrote and directed this movie. And that speaks volumes about him. I believe this is the first project that he has taken that responsibility on, and I can't wait to see what the next product of his mind is. Because if this movie is any indicator of the career paths of these two, is that Jesse Eisenberg isn't going anywhere. He has established himself in so many things in the past, and there is no way that he is done. He is going to push the bars and be way bigger than anyone ever expected. And Kieran Culkin, along with his brothers, have always shocked me and surprised me with their roles. And I can't wait to see what Kieran does. I really, this movie was so well done. It takes on these two cousins that are kind of like, they're at terms with each other. They're at odds since their grandmother passed away. And while they went from being super close to being apart because of growing up, one has battled the having to be an adult and take on responsibilities and just life in general. The other one has been distracted from his family by creating his own family, like becoming a husband and a father has pulled him away from someone he was so close to that desperately needed him. The way this movie ended really like on a huge cliff note, on a cliffhanger of just like suspense and like what happens, like what is the outcome, what is the solution, what do they do, what do they learn from this? And you don't, well, Jesse Eisenberg's character clearly learns and goes home and is just like, you know, I gotta be, you know, think about my family, I gotta be this, I gotta balance my life more. Kieran's character is, you don't know what's going through his mind, and that drives you nuts. Drove me nuts. Yeah, and that's a real pain. This is a really good movie. Well paced, well filmed, well acted, extremely well written. I'm gonna give this out of 5. My rating here is a 4.8. On the verge of that 4.9, like so close to being a 4.9. It's kind of silly, but I'm just gonna go with a 4.8 now, just because of, while I think that acting was strong and powerful, it kind of annoyed me in the moment because there was no conclusion, there was no close. And that can be interpreted however you want. That can be interpreted as a good thing or a bad thing. For me, in the moment of finishing, when I wrote my little notes, I was like, this is a note, like, I'm frustrated. I'm not, like, I went through an emotional roller coaster just to be upset. But looking back at it, I think that's a really good idea. So I think 4.8, and you could say 4.9. Like, I would agree with anyone that says this is a 5 or a 4.9. I would agree and back you on that. Me personally, because I review and watch so much stuff, I need to diversify the leveling here by these points to make sure that you could tell, like, if I said everything's a 5 or everything's a 4.9, you would be like, well, this movie was significantly different in quality and material, and, you know, so 4.8 on a rewatch, this could easily bounce up to those 0.2 if it, like, it could easily in a couple of years just evolve for me. But with that being said, this is the Von Casket, Home Alone His Taste. This was a real pain. 4.8 out of 5. Get in the comments. Let's talk. Remember, Home to Lame's Taste. You check me out on Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok, where you can subscribe, like, and comment, hit the bell for much more. Do me a massive favor and stay lame.